Commissioners.
Yeah, I have State of Ohio versus Queen of Ewing. Looks like it was scheduled as a bench trial today. We've got Mr. Kramer here today.
That's correct.
I take it's going to be a change of plea.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Ms. Ewing, you understand if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest, you're giving up your right to have a trial and we'll proceed to sentencing without the benefit of a trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell me what plea you want to enter on the charge.
What we'll be doing is doing a dismissing the criminal trespass, and we'll be pleading to disorderly conduct, and we're going to amend that to an M4.
Your Honor, I'm preparing the motion now.
Okay. Take it there's no objection to the amendment then, Mr.
That's
Kramer?
correct. No
Okay.
objection.
On the disorderly conduct charge, Ms. Ewing, what plea did you wish to enter?
Guilty.
About anything by way of mitigation?
Well, Your Honor, in this instance, this is a case where Ms. Ewing and the victim are old friends, and the victim ended up at some point carrying on an affair with Ms. Ewing's husband. There was obviously created a lot of tension, and there were some claims that the victim had gotten pregnant by her husband, which escalated the tension. There was some back and forth for a couple of weeks, I think, and the police stepped in a couple of times and told them to stay away from each other. And then at one point, my client made the mistake of going over. They lived, I think, across the street from each other. My client made the mistake of going over to her house to confront her about something new that had come up in relation to the situation with her husband. And there was some yelling or argumentation through the door. Nothing violent here. Eventually, she just went home. But essentially, that's the situation here.
Okay.
In terms of sentence and such, I guess I'll go ahead and address that. We would ask for no jail time, fines, whatever the court feels is justified in this case. My client has a 10, 11-year-old son who she would need to juggle any kind of daycare requirements or taking care of him when he's not in school, obviously, if there's any jail time here. So we'd ask no jail time if for no other reason for that reason, to allow her to take care of her child. And that's all, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor, I believe the victim would like to make a statement, but before she does that, just to kind of put the whole thing into context, this does kind of stem from a relationship that's been going on. However, they are neighbors. The police were called multiple times on multiple different incidents, and this is just one of those many incidents that occurred. The defendant on December 12th, 2014, came over onto the victim's property after she had been told multiple times, both by the victim and by police officers, that she was not to be on the property. She made some very nasty and inappropriate comments about both the victim and her family, and that's kind of what this particular charges, what they arose out of. I think the victim would like to make a statement, and I'll finish the motion.
Your Honor, I did engage in a relationship. Before I engaged in a relationship, I was told that he was filing for a divorce. Her and I were friends prior to this for a couple of years. During that time, we had our ups and downs. There was confrontation that was brought in multiple different situations that came from her. I did call the police on her several times. I was pregnant. She had sent a message stating, "I hope your baby dies." I did lose my baby the day after Thanksgiving. Since then, Your Honor, she has made accusations on Facebook. She has sent multiple messages calling me a whore. She has sent messages stating that I'm going to get mine when the time is right, that I'm doom marked. And this last one from February 9th states in here, "I swear to God that BITCH keeps pushing my buttons, you will be burying her." And then there's another one in here when she calls me a whore and my little children bastards. My son is 8 years old. He lost his father 2 years ago. And I have a 4-year-old. And they have witnessed all of this back and forth situation. My son has actually wrote a letter to you. I would like to submit all of this to you for you to look over.
Well, Okay, so I understand that you had an affair with her husband.
Yes,
Okay. And you're pregnant by her husband?
I was, sir.
Okay. And now you are indignant over nasty things that she has said about you. Does that sum it up?
Yes, but she has
Okay.
no
All
right
right. Are
to
you
do it
kidding
for my
me?
children.
Are you kidding me? Now, there's no excuse for the comments, but it's mind-boggling that, number one, you would be indignant, and number two, you would expect anybody else on the planet to think you have anything to complain about. You know? I mean, and obviously my comments are right over your head.
No, sir.
You know, once you crossed the line, you gave it all up. Okay? Whatever she said about, nasty names, are they not well deserved? Okay,
The
so
ones except for
lose the
pertaining to my-
attitude.
Except for the ones pertaining to my children. My children have nothing to do with the situation. They're innocent bystanders, sir.
Oh, are they really?
Children are innocent
They certainly did
bystanders.
nothing wrong, but you visited this on them.
Yes. And do
Then
I
take a
deserve
little
comment
responsibility
saying-
for it. Suck it up. You did what you did. You can't undo it.
No.
But, I mean, you're upset about nasty things she said about you after what you did?
But do you take it as a
I mean,
threat
I'm
if someone
almost
stating that
speechless
you're
at the
going to
thought.
be burying her? That is basically a threat.
And you're surprised about that?
And you justify that?
So, you had an affair with her husband,
That is getting a divorce.
and you expected her to be civil and decent about it when she found out. And
No,
you
I don't
learned that
expect it. I didn't
she's
expect
not.
it to go this far.
Well, we do live in a civil society, so much so that you are deemed to be the victim here. However, that's just mind-boggling to some people, including me. You understand?
I understand what you're saying, sir.
No, you truly don't.
Yes,
Because
I
if
do.
you really did understand, you wouldn't be here. If you really understood, the last thing in the world you would ever wanted was to have this go on and to have to talk about this in public.
Correct.
Yet here you are. You could have just left it at what the prosecutor said, but no, somehow you wanted to say something as if you were going to cast some aspersions on her, like she's a bad person.
She needs a
Short
psychological evaluation.
short of death and mayhem, I can hardly think of anything worse a person could do than what you did. Understand? In any event, how you people are going to continue living across the street from one another, I don't know. Really. I don't know what the outcome of all this was, and I don't need to know as far as the case goes.
Your Honor, other than that, we would just request a no contact order. I don't think the defense has
Well.
any objection.
No objection at all to no contact.
Pardon me?
No objection to no contact. I don't believe there has been, and we'd like to keep it that way.
escalating up until this weekend.
I could play it over in my
I
head.
went for my bathroom tank.
Your Honor, would it be possible for the no contact order to include the victim's children as well?
Well, I don't have any jurisdiction over her at this point. She's just a witness. So.
Go to school. They just took him, they just kidnapped him this weekend.
Yes, I'm buying a house.
Okay, $100 plus the court cost. Then it's not to initiate any oral or physical contact with the complainant. And we'll leave it at that. I'd be in the $250 range as that goes. Fines and costs. How much time are we talking about? Just need time to pay.
You need time to pay for that. It would be about $253 something like that.
I could pay some today, Your Honor.
Could we go ahead and have 90 days?
Okay.
I'm sure my husband will help me pay it.
May 19th.
May 9th, okay.
Figure out a way to coexist, Miss Ewing, or find another place to live is what you're going to have to do. You
Your
know?
Honor, can I speak for a moment? No? Okay, I'll just leave it alone.
We're good. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, that's
Thank
leave it
you, Your
alone.
Honor.
All right,
Thank
good luck,
you.
folks.
You're